Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. We have some comings and goings news to share, but first, some well-known faces will be making an appearance during the week of October 7th to 11th. This is according to spoilers for Days of Our Lives. The children of Chad Deveraux, Billy Flynn, haven't been seen on TV in a while, but Thomas and Charlotte Deveraux will make an appearance in a new drama. According to teasers for Days of Our Lives, Leo Stark will unintentionally reveal something about Abigail Deveraux in front of the children, leaving Julie Williams to deal with a catastrophe. Look for Clyde to give Mark Green some lethal orders regarding Chad. James Reed will also be reprising his role as the ever-menacing Clyde Weston. Given that the hospital administrator is now involved in the chaos surrounding Body and Soul, Bruce Beatty will also be appearing in a few new sequences as Seth Burns. Watchers are in for another thrilling comeback as we get ready for the remainder of October. If you've been waiting to find out Casey Moss' first airdate back, you're in luck since we've got some developments to offer. If you love JJ, make sure to tune in when Moss returns to the role on October 17th. You can bet that JJ will become entangled in the entire narrative around his fictitious sister, Abigail. Al Calderon will also make his first day's appearance as a new family member for Rafe Hernandez, Galen Gehring, and Gabby Hernandez Deveraux before October comes to an end. It appears that Calderon will portray Javi Hernandez, the Hernandez cousin. Looking even farther forward, a few fresh faces have been added to the 60th anniversary season of the show's return roster. In 2025, there will be many incredible plotlines and re-emergences to rejoice over. Days spoilers indicate that in addition to Allison Sweeney, Peter Reckel, and Christian Alfonso, Hope Williams-Brady, there will be a large number of additional participants in the excitement. Ashford, Matthew Days announces the June 2025 performances of Christy Clark, Leanna Hunley, Anna Deveraux, Victoria Conifal, Chandler Massey, Theo Panglis, Melissa Reeves, and Charles Shaughnessy. That's all the news we have about the comings and goings, but stay tuned for additional story spoilers and cast surprises. The Thursday, October 3rd spoilers for Days of Our Lives show that Eric Brady discovered Holly Jonas sobbing outside the bar after she had stomped out of her argument with Tate Black and Sophia Choi. He was perplexed when Holly acknowledged that she had broken up with Tate and claimed Eric was solely to blame. Following Holly's recounting of Tate's defense of Eric and Brady Black, Eric attempted to provide encouragement and encouraged her to see Walker, Nicole. It took some pushing, but Holly finally surrendered on letting Eric buy her a plane ticket so she could visit Nicole. Holly consented to go to Paris because she felt there was nothing keeping her in Salem anyhow. Sophia said Holly hit her in the park because she had admitted to having feelings for Tate. Tate was glad Sophia didn't act like she wanted their relationship to be completely public. After Sophia kissed Tate, he became agitated and stated he wasn't ready to go on. Tate promised to text Sophia later, but first reassured her that their relationship remained chilly. On Thursday's episode of Days, Sophia grinned as though she was satisfied with how everything had turned out after Tate left. Xander Kyriakis was caught carrying the gun he intended to use on Brady in his office by Maggie Kyriakis, Suzanne Rogers, if the legal system didn't move quickly. Xander pretended that it was only for safety because he was the affluent new heir of Victor Kyriakis, John Aniston, much to Maggie's disgust. Maggie chastised Xander for his obsession with getting even and encouraged him to put more effort into backing Sarah Kyriakis, Lindsay Godfrey, rather than holding Brady accountable. Now that Brady was in jail, Xander gave up and pretended to back down. On Thursday's episode of Days, at the Salem Police Department, Brady made a suggestion about Kristen Demeraux's, Stacey Hayduke, resolved to help him escape his current situation, which alarmed Marlena Evans, Deidre Hall. Brady said he sought to silence Kristen and argued it was preferable if she didn't know the specifics, even though Marlena questioned if Kristen's scheme entailed anything unlawful. When the conversation finally went to Kristen's unrequited love for Brady, Marlena tried to find out how Brady felt in return. Brady wanted to claim on Thursday's DOL episode that Kristen's love was meaningless, but he was unable to do so. Brady couldn't help but be drawn to Kristen, she was like an addiction to him. Brady found it impossible to completely break free from Kristen because he would always be linked to her via Rachel Black, Finley Rose Slater. Brady, however, maintained that he was not in risk of slipping off the wagon. Brady also didn't think he would have a romantic life as he believed he was headed to prison anyhow. As there was no certainty that Brady would do time at Statesville, Marlena provided him some motivation and reassured him of his family's affection. At the Deveraux estate on Thursday's Days episode, Dr. Wilhelm Rolfe, Richard Wharton, recognized that he was wanted for a long list of crimes, but he had a delivery to make in person. Dr. Rolfe had an incredible discovery to offer because Kristen had asked him to come up with fresh scientific inventions to make Deveraux Enterprises money. Eventually, Kristen received information about a novel serum with regenerative capabilities that may be able to regenerate organs and heal many forms of bodily injury. Dr. Rolfe believed he might help Kristen with her spinal cord injury when she requested if he could rework the formula a little. Kristen didn't take long to get to Xander's office and tell him about this serum that might be able to help Sarah. Though Xander was ecstatic that Sarah was walking again, Kristen alluded to the possibility of requesting a single, modest favor in exchange. Xander questioned what it was, and Kristen made it plain that she thought Brady should get away with it. Stay tuned for our predictions on Kristen and Xander's agreement and the surprising news that will follow, as spoilers for Days of Our Lives suggest they are preparing for a complicated arrangement. Make CDL your go-to source for more amazing Days of Our Lives news, updates, spoilers, and predictions. This week, you were with Brady that night, he says. You were the driver who struck and fled. Success! Naturally, that doesn't mean Fiona won't find a means to duck and hide. She is proficient in that. Incredibly impressive. She can only cling on for so long until her lies come undone. The spoilers for this week indicate that Eric is going straight after Sarah after confronting Fiona. After Victoria's party, Days Fiona chats with Sarah in her wheelchair in the Kiriakis' living room. And that's really a far better plan than going with Xander, and not just because the Kiriakis' heir is enamored with Eric. Compared to her spouse, Sarah had shown significantly greater composure throughout this whole situation. Besides, she might know better how to deal with Fiona. Michael Fairman clarified, saying, Xander would always rather be angry than sad, when Paul Telfer met with him lately. He is saddened by Sarah's paralysis, but that will never work. Instead, he tries to smash the thing that he's making angry after finding the part of it that he can get angry about. That's Brady for the duration of this run. When he discovers that Fiona not only hit Sarah but also covered her tracks and has been lying to them ever since, what will he do with her? Telfer describes Xander's hypothetical response to that circumstance. You may probably exhale with relief if you were concerned that he would try to do to his mother what he planned to do to Brady, that is, the whole murder thing. Sarah recalls her days spent with Xander and Fiona. According to his explanation to Fairman, it all kind of comes to a head at the same point of inflection, where all that rage that had been directed at Brady now has to shift to his mom. However, in the last several months, his mother has become so helpful and kind to him, his wife, and their daughter that their entire relationship has changed. That kind of, I want to smash you with the baseball bat, cannot exist. Does that imply anything then? Did Fiona's strategy truly succeed? Had she disclosed the truth earlier, Xander may not have had time to mend their connection and may have responded similarly to Brady. But now he's going to have to deal with a much more complex mixture of feelings that won't allow him to kill her and move on. And that could preserve her relationship with her son as well as save her life. That may or may not keep her out of jail. It all depends on Sarah's capacity for forgiveness. And for that reason, Eric's theory is so brilliant that he approaches Sarah first. They are able to discuss options and make decisions together. We get the impression that Xander will require all of his wife's support after Fiona is revealed.